era, and you know, it's quite a good storyline. I think it's and it was fun getting into like an actual era character kind of performance-wise, looks-wise, and all of that stuff.
I liked Sexy No 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 when we had all the pins because the director was just telling us there wasn't actually pins coming through. She was like, "Oh, move back or move to the side." So at the one time we had to move, and then the video it's like a big pins coming.
Like that was going at you from the left, and you're like,
whoa.
Is it a bit embarrassing?
It worked out.
Just dodging
you know
nothing.
It's really embarrassing, but we got over that a long time ago.
19 times we've done this now.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of.
And you've got that whole fake smile thing down to a T. You're like,
Turn it on.
Yeah.
If money was no object, what would be the perfect video for you?
I do sometimes think, like, what could you do? You know,
I
if you
like
had
a little
all...
mini movie, I suppose.
Yeah.
an underwater one where we all go underwater and we like
Mermaids.
America's Next Top Model, and they like feed you some air.
Yeah, but
It would be hard though.
Oh, that would be amazing. Actually, mermaid shoot, yeah. And do it over like over a week,
Look into
so they wouldn't have to
mermaids.
worry about their makeup.
There you go.
I'd like massive robots of each of you. And then,
like Transformers?
And then actual just robots of you, so like maybe like 50 foot high.
Oh, wicked.
And then you're sitting in the heads, controlling yourselves with little joysticks.
Oh, that's like off
That's really good.
That would be awesome.
Really?
Am I right?
Probably really
I don't know how easy it is to do the
expensive,
robots.
Yeah.
But I would.
There's no object then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Build
most
the
things
robots.
are computer generated these days anyway, so probably it might not be as...
Maybe suggest it.
Yeah.
And when you're finished with the robot, you have it in your back
Any more
garden.
good ideas we can?
Yeah, actually.
We'll
great.
talk afterwards.
Yeah.
We'll brainstorm. Now, Chris Martin is a huge fan of yours. Is he writing you a song?
Well, apparently.
Amazing.
Apparently he says that he keeps writing them, but they're not quite good enough, so he's not actually brought them to us yet.
that.
That's
You know, we were told this and we were like, yeah, whatever.
Daddy, I want
We'd
to
like
see
to
his
hear
lips
it.
move.
If he's written anything,
We're
we'd
very
like to hear
flattered.
it.
But it's good because you'll read it and go, yeah, it's not as good as what Miranda does, actually. So, sorry, back to the drawing board, Chris. Would you write him a song?
No.
No.
I don't think we'd insult him like that.
I think it's nice to do a bit
Not
vice
just
versa.
yet. Give us a few more years, maybe.
Are there any songs by other artists that you wish had been given to you or that you had written?
Loads.
Yeah.
Loads. Every song that you like on the radio. Oh, God, I wish this was my song. Like Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire. I wish that was ours.
You could cover that very successfully.
I wanted us to on Joe Wiley, but we didn't think it was going to transcribe very well over the radio waves.
We might be able to do something else.
I predicted that was
have a
going to
lot
be
of younger fans. And how do you explain that if they're like, "Mommy, what is that?"
and apparently it has a completely different meaning to what it really is, what you think it is.
I think it sounded awful. So I hope it's got a different meaning. OK, so 6 years ago, you're thrown together, you don't know each other. What were your first impressions? And you can be honest now.
Well, we haven't.
First impression of each
We
other.
all always thought Sarah was crazy.
OK.
Because she was.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And then we just
lovely.
we kind of grew up together. We didn't. Can't remember ever having, other than the first ever time we auditioned, if you like, right in the very, very start. Then you gradually got to know each other throughout the competition as that progressed and all of that. So by the time we were actually formed, it wasn't like somebody plucked us from the air and went here.
We'd been
Get to know each other. We'd been living together for months.
Months even.
Yeah, so we knew each other in that respect, but we've kind of all grown together since then. Like we've grown from teenage girls into young women together.
So did it gel quite quickly for you?
Yeah, we did actually.
We were all fighting for the same cause, and it was so much hard work that we were doing, and we were all so young that you don't know what you're doing, and you have all these strangers, so you have to kind of pull together.
Yeah, it could have been disastrous though.
Yeah.
Like it had the potential of 5 girls thrown together, not knowing anything about the industry, just knowing what we wanted to do. And then it just
quite
worked
lucky in that
Very
respect. You're right, it could have gone
More than
horribly
that,
wrong.
yeah. And you see it happen all the time.
Yeah, I know, and it's lovely that we do get on actually, because I couldn't think of anything worse, and I couldn't think of any other person being in the band. No,
It just wouldn't work, full stop. Like, imagine if you had like an absolute nightmare girl. You just couldn't.
Yeah, it would just never work, would it?
No.
I reckon you'd be mean to them as well. You'd get them out.
You know what?
You'd get them out.
Do we intimidate people, do you think?
I just think that if you 5 had a new member and you didn't like them.
I think five girls
That's
for
not
anyone,
good.
I suppose, can be a bit intimidating.
Well, exactly.
But you know what?
Five
though,
girls,
I think people
tight girls.
But that's
You know why, like, as a five, like, we've been through so much together, like, we're so,
quite bonded by
like,
now.
sisters, and then if someone else was, they just wouldn't have that.
people don't get our
could
kind of
never
vibe
happen.
sometimes, and I think in that way they might feel a little bit like a bunch of bitches or something.
People as well. Like, you can't just bring somebody in and think, oh, I'm going to tell you my whole life story and expect them, you know, to be okay, because you just don't know with people. Whereas with this situation, we know the crack.
Did you sort of think it would turn out this well at any point?
We
never
always
expect
ask
that, do you?
Yeah, you never sit there. You never sit there though and have an expectation. Certainly not in the beginning. You don't think 6 years down the line we'll be sitting with Rick. You just don't have those expectations. It just
Really big time.
Had the big time now, right?
It just happened. It just rolls.
We literally we took every single, didn't we, as it came, and
So
we're
we
just
can do
here.
it.
We've ended up here. It's
People
mad.
seem to have this idea though that we've had quite an easy ride of it, and that, you know, from the start we've kind of grown successfully. But there was actually times where we thought, are we going to, you know, is this it? Are we going to be drop chair? Is this going to work? Loads of times. So we have been through the mill business-wise as well, just not that many people know about it. So yeah, we feel
so much
what you
behind the
say.
scenes as well, like, that people just don't, you know, see or whatever. Like,
I just feel proud to be here 6 years down the line. It's a massive achievement.
This is probably the easy part.
So have there been times when you've released a single and it has been make or break and you've known about it and other people haven't?
Yeah, maybe. For example, like the show, when we released the show of our second album, that was make or break. It was either life, and then we had the show Love Machine, Jump, and that was when we started really kind of coming into our own.
yeah.
Although we had Sound of the Underground, No Good Advice, great songs, but it was really not until our second album that people kind of got us.
Yeah.
We were like, all right.
And we were
this is
still
easy.
getting ourselves, you know, we
Finding
were
our
finding our
sound.
feet, finding our sound.
when I think back to the first album, it was almost like we were on a tightrope, wasn't it? It was like trying to stay on the line.
And even a little bit in the second album, sorry, because we only did a theatre tour with the second album because we didn't really, you know, we just wanted to test the water. We didn't really know how people would respond. Thankfully, it was amazing, and we were able to then do the arena tour with the next album. But initially, even then, still when we were about to tour, what will the neighbours say? We were like, oh, people are going to buy the tickets.
Do you remember how nervous we were when we were doing the show? Like, literally shaking. And we were like trying to do this song. It was CD UK or something. It was like,
Worst thing we can do ever is do a like brand new song live on TV. We just balls it right up.
And we're bad to add insult to injury. Yeah.
Reality TV is, you know, it's churning out new acts and so on, but actually quite few, you know, have longevity and are successful. So, you know, what sets you, Leona, apart from
It's as simple
you know,
as
your Steve
this.
Brooks things?
You've either got it or you haven't got it. Whether or not you win a reality TV show or you don't, it happens in the industry all the time. The amount of people, bands and solo artists we've seen come and go over the years, they come and go over the years. It's actually amazing, but because of the profile a reality TV show brings, so your profile's huge, your career does nothing, everybody's aware that you did nothing.
Yeah.
If you haven't really got that much of a profile and then you came and then you went, nobody really noticed you ever came, so they don't notice you went.
So
It's all
everyone just
about...
jumps on the fact that it's all reality TV, and actually, in fact, it's not at all. It's not.
And Leona's a star, she's actually a star, like, you watch her and you think, wow, you don't think you're from a reality TV. But some of the others, you know, they did and they can sing, and you watch them, they just haven't got that X factor.
There you go, that is right on brand. Well done, well done. Everyone was waiting for it. Now, you mentioned X Factor. You're on the other side of the fence now. How is that? Is it a bit weird for you, sort of judging people, having been judged?
It was initially. The first, the first couple of audition days were awful, really bad. It wasn't a nice experience to begin with, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying myself now, so I've definitely listened into it.
When you were offered it, did you immediately say yes, or did you need to take a bit of time to think?
No, I spoke to the girls and stuff, and thought about it a lot. Well, I'm saying a lot, we didn't have much time. I said yes, and I was on the panel before I knew it. But yeah, It had actually came around before. I'd been offered it the year before.
Okay.
So it was kind of a second guess. I had had that opportunity to think about it before, so this time I knew I felt ready. It felt right.
Now, what did the rest of you think about it?
We were like, no discussion. Don't get yourself out.
And she was like going the next day to do it or something, or the day after.
It was,
We were in Monte Carlo and I was like,
Yeah. Monte Carlo.
And that just makes it like 10 times more exciting to watch it because obviously we can watch and see. We can pass on our
we
opinions.
get all the inside.
fans as well. So
Pass our opinions on through.
it's nice. I get abusive text messages and stuff.
Oh, that is nice. Yeah. Nadine, you're living in LA now. Why the move?
oh, it's great.
The
Why
weather.
the sudden move? The weather. I went there. It was actually me, Nicola, and Sarah went for work probably like 4, maybe 5 years ago.
Easter weekend, wasn't it?
It was Easter weekend and it was
break.
amazing. So since then I would always go back for holidays and I'm opening a bar there, which is the most expensive thing you could ever imagine having to try and start to do. And the things that you think about and hear about, it's like, I don't care about air conditioning or vents or what's, pumps.
I love it over
but
there,
I
though.
have to know about it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting and it's really good that I can kind of do both, go over and back and have a dual life.
Yeah.
I couldn't be doing with the travelling.
The jet lag, how she
know how she
does
does
it
it.
is just
You are
beyond.
immune, I think, now because honestly,
Yeah.
we just can't function, can we, at all?
Like
when we
zombies
go.
for days. She's like, come on.
I think it's worse coming back.
It's horrible coming
It's
back.
worse coming back than it is going over,
Yeah.
definitely. But we always wake up at about 5 o'clock in the morning or something when we're over there. It's really weird.
Shanghai was a weird one
I was
too.
asleep the whole time.
Shanghai. That's how we played that
The prank.
prank on Hillary.
We have had
Shanghai was like
jokes these lot.
5, 6 in the morning. Anyone awake?
Are we allowed to say it?
Everybody tells
Should we tell it? Do you want to hear what
Go on.
Do you want to hear what they did?
Yes, please.
I had no part in this, okay? But they used my
That
name.
isn't true.
Okay.
Okay.
But what, I was so jet lagged, right? We had to get on a flight the next morning at like 6 in the morning. We were like, there's no way we're going to sleep. Like, we were all wide awake. Let's just stick it out, stay awake. She was already in bed. Kimberly's like, no,
I
I
was
have
in
to
bed.
go and try
I
and
was
go
in my
sleep.
room.
So we were like, what can we do? What can we do? Let's play a prank. Dean calls Hillary's our manager.
Nadine does a great London accent, by the way.
Amazing.
But it's secret, it's only for pranks and,
Yeah.
and
Fair enough.
random phone
Fair
calls.
enough.
So we found out the name of the lady who was looking after us over there. Found out her name.
Let's call her Jane.
Legend. Nadine calls Hillary. Wait, what was it? Like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
She was asleep. Hi. Go on.
Real.
Go on. Do it.
And Hillary was so what we said anyway was that I was the girl from the organizer and that Sarah had passed out.
Hillary.
Hi Hillary. One of the girls from your band seems to have passed out, and she's lying at the elevator with no clothes on.
She seems to be intoxicated.
Intoxicated. No, let me tell you how it was even funnier. Listen, the way she said it was, one of your band members is on the floor. She's outside an elevator. She's highly intoxicated. And didn't Hillary say,
Which one?
Get move her or which
Yes.
one? And she was like, well, security can't move her because she's actually naked. And then we were all, didn't even tell her who it was.
Didn't she go, which one is it? And they said the blonde one or something.
Yeah.
Then she came up in the lift.
Oh yeah, the blonde one. And then we hit the door. Ping. Sarah.
Was in her robe while we ran to the bathroom and locked the door.
A hair like that. Oh.
Sorry, Hillary.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me in the bathroom.
You're like,
Locked me out.
Yeah, but the next morning, she's like, I can take a joke, I can take a joke.
She actually couldn't take the joke.
At
4 a.m.
I can take a
she was
joke, just like the next person,
and then she's like, oh, I didn't know you could do a London accent.
Oh, you do now.
Yeah, it was great.
So,
That was
I
a long
imagine she
story.
loves you.
We've worked for a while with her
bet
now,
you
so
she's
she
on the
knows it.
phone.
It was quite fresh back then.
Stupid girls.
I think that's so funny. 4 in the morning. Given that you're in LA now, any inkling you might want to do some acting? There's a lot of it out there.
There's a lot of it. But you see, I'm Orange County. I'm not
Oh,
right.
okay.
I can come up and go. So I'm a beach girl. It's all at the beach, and it's really, really relaxing. And you just go to the pool, and we spend so much time working here that over my dead body will I get on a plane, go to LA, and start trying to work again. I am not that ambitious.
You know where we shoot? You know where we shot all the shots?
Malibu.
Yeah. Oh, is that nowhere
That's
near?
where Brittany lives, isn't it?
Yeah, we were looking for. We
crazy.
were on Brittany's house, home hunt. We shot the video for Call the Shots in LA.
Yeah.
You'd never tell from the actual video itself, but we did. And it was on a beach. And somebody said Brittany's house is around here, but me and Nicola would past ourselves, running around trying to find Brittany's house. That's so uncool, isn't it?
Yeah, but you would though, wouldn't you? So says that. You've got to have a little nosy around.
So lives there, so lives
Every
there.
Starbucks that we passed, we were like, is she in there?
Oh, I know which one she goes.
As a massive band with a lot of sort of interest, you all, you know, are in the spotlight, you're in the public glare. Does it ever get a bit much? Do you ever, like, you know, particularly when it's sort of personally intrusive or whatever, do you just think, guys, settle down, settle down?
Sometimes you want to walk out your front door and not have a pap there picturing you without makeup, and then, hence the big shades always come out. Then you look like a diva. But it's the easiest way to get away from not having any makeup on and not let anyone see it. So
Is that the thing?
it's the last thing
Is
you
that
want to
the
do
reason?
is have them follow you to the doctors
Every
or to the
day.
dentist, or
And
do you know what I mean?
At like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the
the
morning.
morning,
And
yeah,
people
that's
don't
not
know that
fair.
when they're looking at it, and you're like, hanging, and
It's not great all the time, but then you win some, you lose some, don't you? You've got to kind of.
But the thing is like if we go somewhere that you know could be paparazzi, then it's fine. When they're waiting outside your door, it's a bit like seriously.
their argument would be,
but you
will you-
can't
yeah.
argue that because that's why I would never, and I put my hand on my heart, ever do a set-up pap shot. Because then you're asking for it, and then you can't argue that case because you asked them to come.
Just forgetting that, how uncool is that?
Embarrassing.
Come on now.
I'm going to cancel mine.
Yeah.
And then come home.
You know that when
See you again. Reaching for your mobile phone. Okay.
People assume that you do. Like, people genuinely assume that that's what you know. You must have told the paparazzi you were coming out of that restaurant at that time. You must have told the paparazzi you were going there on holiday, and it's not the case.
There's more and more and more of them every week. I don't know. And then people must think it's just such an easy profession these days, it's being in London. As soon as they know where you live, then
It's like if
so many
people
of them.
don't want to work, they don't want to do a real job, they think, I'll pick up a camera, I'll follow someone
It's like
around all day.
stalking, but with cameras. It's legal because they've got a camera.
Moan about it because it's like one of those love-hate relationships. You kind of need it in a way, but don't want it in other ways. So
You just
get
don't
on with
want
it.
it when you look like crap. If you look beautiful and they're
You're
taking
looking great, then
pictures,
it's
you're
like,
like, oh.
Look at me.
Girls, thank you very much for going and talking to us.
Thanks,
Pleasure as always.
what a handshake.
Just a formal
Wow,
handshake.
this-
Formal handshake. Formal handshake.
What's the
Formal
reason?
handshake.